And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. A computer needs its robot army. Hopefully, in today's final part, we're going to actually get the computer. It's round 67. We have 3 decisions. One is going to be related to the bacterial outbreak. We've discovered high-tech industry. Okay. Protests against high income tax. It will give a one-time tax rebate, which is going to cost us government. Yeah. Going to cost us government. This is more of an argument for me to try to bring down the income tax than not do the democracy option to get rid of it. Bacterial disease outbreak. Yes, you have my support to minimize the damage. Successfully minimized. Capital is now level 5 because we got the decision to expand it before the population went down. Okay, those mines are done. I'm not going to turn around and upgrade them right away. I am going to go ahead and build heavy industry. I think I want a brigade going up that sort of direction. Deal with you. I can sort of cut these guys off where the ground is good by going that way. That'd be good.
Let's go! Operation successful.
Okay, so we've locked them in the pocket. It's time to crush the pocket.
Advancing.
Mission successful. Let's go! Operation successful.
Advancing.
Operation successful.
There we go. We'll find out on the turn cycle if that was the last of the mutants. It may very well be the last of those mutants.
Yes, sir.
And then the usual, I'm trying to get tech going fast, so we're just going to
Yes, sir.
push the bureaucracy. We got political power,
Yes,
want
sir.
more tech. Up to 20% industrial robotization. I think we're going to go from there to high tech. I still need to discover foreign automation, so we're not going to turn discovery down just yet. And ideally, I don't really want to research automated turret. Although I suppose that is technically robot. We could get some of these to defend cities and stuff. Wait, we probably want 4 of the other ones in automation. Like that'll address the robots or robotization or automated logistics. Ultra capacity would also be nice. Against the portable battery energy loss. It's the valuable component there. Yeah. Build tech, we're doing laser rifles. We probably go... Ah! We've discovered heavy combat armor. Okay, so we go laser rifles to heavy combat armor. I may even delay implementing the laser rifles to get the heavy armor, because it would be nice to do the 1-2. And get both at the same time.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay, that delays that war from starting. We're at 34, that's fine. Don't think there's anything else I can do with you, unless I want to do a friendship pact, and I do not want a friendship pact, because that'll drag me into wars. Yeah, I think we're at friendship pact level. It's the next step up, that's not what I'm doing at the moment. The vote... 10 rounds. Can I get 10 rounds done quickly? I suspect the answer might actually be no. I might not actually get to
Understood.
the computer this stream. Yeah, watching these end turns. Definitely somewhat concerned about the numbers on the other side, because again, we know they out-tech us at the moment. Although we're trying to fix that. Trying to fix that, and having fixed that are also two different problems though, so... Come back around to us. Round 68, we have 6 decisions awaiting us. Resonance scanner is discovered. Bureaucratic push. Incident with discipline. We don't really care about discipline. I don't really want to lower your opinion. So what I might do is we don't take the discipline the leader option, but we just take this one.
Copy that.
CEO is asking me to participate. I'm not all that interested, actually. I think we just go with the no, that's your business. Yeah.
Roger that.
This is adjusting things to account for the new council. I think I'm going to have it come mostly at the expense of the Supreme Command Council.
Roger that.
Permanent position. We did get a request to raise government, so we will agree. Also, at this point, I don't think I'm going to get someone that's better at your job than you. So yeah, I'm not replacing you until you die anyway, so sure, that could be your permanent position.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Don't screw it up. Theft of equipment by workers. We don't really like enforcement, although we wouldn't necessarily be too opposed to picking some up. We do like democracy. There's always some theft. Deal with it, please.
Order received.
Unit decision. New commander for the 15th. Get you. We can get you. Or we have you in reserve. I would like to actually empower you. I'm going to dismiss the person who is not a member of a party. In fact, to weaken the steel front, I'm going to try to retire you. Yeah, I'm going to retire you.
Yes, sir.
That gets them out of the selection, and I can then hire this person. Just to get this person a job.
Yes, sir.
Here's your horrible job. Don't screw it up too badly. Okay, and then factions. Still looking at 20%, but that should have empowered your support because you got more vote. They lost a third leader at some point. That's not great. Oh, probably because that was swap parties. Yeah, not good if that happened. I would still empower them. Could probably do with having them have more members. And maybe with some of the other ones having less. So that was the example of like, yeah, let's just, we got a person from Steelfront that we don't want in the running for that job. Let's get rid of them. Solution to the problem. Yeah, so that's all the mutants. The mutants are gone. Every last one. You're still hostile. You're really hostile. 14%. Okay.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay, get some backup out of the state where we're prone to war. We'll sell water.
Understood.
And a chunk of food.
Understood.
Build up the treasury a bit. So my easy expansion train is this way along the solid ground, that way along the solid ground, and this way along the solid ground. This is the one I'm going to prioritize, because then I can try to cut these guys off. Even if that's technically making the front against them longer. Metal's downtrending, that's because we're building industry. No delays there. Bullets are probably downtrending because we, deployed
Understood.
more units. We didn't lose any of the interns, so we don't need any more. Bureaucratic pushes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
50 for that. I done trade? I haven't, but that's not achievable at the moment. Raised by fist, lowered by mind. My mind is higher than it should be because we're trying to do heart. But so we've made that as basically as easy as we can. There's a little bit of diplomacy. Okay, I think we just cycled the turn. We got a one construction project going. Remind myself, check the metal. Okay, so that's gonna need... Honestly, that's this turn. I need to do peripheral mining this turn. Okay. Good thing I checked the metal.
Roger that.
Because at the current consumption rate, we'll be fine for this turn. The next turn, if we don't do peripheral mining, we won't be having enough metal to mine the full rate. We have 3 turns on that one. That's been a decent period of time. Remember to send the colonists.
Affirmative.
Okay, coming around to us. It may have been a little too slow. We may be, in fact, getting cut off at the pass here. There's another one up there, but ideally we'd like to cut them off, not get cut off. Round 69, we have 7 decisions. We have completed laser rifles. I will go one turn and see what our speed is at
Affirmative.
on doing the heavy combat armor.
Roger that.
Understood.
Not completely terrible. Might still fire them. Keep you balanced. And you, heavy combat armor. We'll see how quickly you get through heavy combat armor. Metal mine, it needs to be the one that's about to run out, which is this one.
Roger that.
Rolled it, did actually succeed. So this time we got 25,000, so that'll last a little bit longer, although the ease of mining went from 5 to 3, so it's going to definitely be far worse. They want a friendship pact. I want to say no. I'm going to say no.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
And the reason is I don't want to be dragged into their wars.
Understood.
Yeah, I want to see how quickly we move towards heavy combat armor. For making decent speed, I may try to procrastinate until we get there. So these two are definitely fighting each other, which is good for me, because that means they're using up their strength on each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, we're still trying to cut them off the pass. There's this guy wandering around, which may help out. And then yeah, push out this way. Get over to the other desert and just keep them sort of desert eastward. Another thing I could do. Let's do some spying on the non-aligned.
Roger.
Give me some idea of what
Roger.
valuable stuff is out there.
Roger.
Without much risk to myself. Sure, we'll do, spies
Roger.
on the miner. Factory-wise, heavy industry still got 2 more turns. Let's cycle the turn. See what the progress is on heavy armor. heavy combat. Anyway, and again, in addition to sort of trying to get through the technology here, we are hoping to get the computer in charge, and I think we just need an election for that to happen. I think I've done enough to empower the syndicate faction that they should hopefully get 5% more of the vote come the next election cycle. The other thing I could do is start trying to push leaders out of the other factions. Although that would be a little bit of a gamble, because I would have to backfill them with someone. So I'd have to hire a replacement and then try to hope that the replacement picks a different faction. And we could try doing that, but it's harder and slower. Okay. Online is going to be a little bit easier to deal with at this point. Attacked us, that makes that easier, and that's the effects of the spies kicking in. So we should have an idea for things that we're going to run out and try to find. Killed 600 infantry and 10 guns. We have 2 decisions. It's around 70. Discovered more metal deposits. Gained universal truth. Gained a subterranean sensor. Greener grass. Open arms. Public praise and moderation. Or bureaucratic pushes. Okay. Policy speech. Bureaucratic assets get to level 9. Tempting. Goal is to be at war with Oxydon State. Something that may happen even if I don't want it to happen. Or private assets reach 32. They're currently at 30. The problem here is not that I don't believe these are doable, but rather I don't really want to do them. Well, I don't want the modifier, right? I don't want mind, I don't want fist, I don't want commerce. Come back to that decision. Minor worker strike. We do the democracy option. Okay, so back to the policy speech because it's the only other decision left. Which do I dislike the least? I'm going to go with the war option. We're going to let the war potentially happen at this point. That means I've got 15 turns for war to break out. If I let it just do its thing,
Roger
yeah, we'll
that.
accept that as the option. It'll help suppress mind a little bit. Although in the meantime, I'd appreciate not being at war with the other one. I'm gonna let one war happen. Let's not have it be
Yes,
two.
sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay.
Understood. 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 Sir. Mission successful.
Cadet Recon Battalion doing its job. Doing its job well. Okay, so we've done the bribery on the one we need to. Continue to do the bureaucratic pushing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Org-wise, Eco did 8%, which is great. Military did 17 in one turn. So 15 would be 7 turns. 17, if it continues at that rate, would be 6. I'm willing to gamble for 6 turns that I can get the heavy armor before we upgrade to laser rifles. That is a gamble. We've already seen the side effects of being out-teched. Okay, once again, it is peripheral mining time, although this time it is for the rare metal mine in Polymark.
Roger that.
Yeah, I think when we get this one up to level 2, I may go for a city up here. I probably already need it from an action point standpoint. I probably need 4 there for an action point standpoint. Looking around about here-ish for it. Like, over here it's got to be like 200 points already. Yeah. Yeah. But the reason for up here is then I get the iron mines, so I'll probably put a truck station here, and then I'll delegate this one to this one when I go to do that. Android Cave, couple derelict derelict device, which is research bonus, and research bonus in that zone. Still the same zone, a different zone. Hillwell, which is water. Research bonus, research bonus. Fertility Hill, Hillwell, Freefolk Cave for some colonists. Okay. There's nothing particularly awe-inspiring out that way. And you didn't give me enough info to know... Oh, you've got slavers behind you on one side. Ruderbund over there. I don't think I got enough intelligence on Runderbund to know who or what they are. Oh, I'm wrong. I do have enough intelligence on them. They're also neighbor to Phoenix Spawn, so I'd not be surprised if they're a miner that's at war with someone.
Roger.
That's a minor. That's a different major. Major, major, minor.
Roger. Roger. Roger.
So that's all black hole. That's the Zelfa League. That's a territory. I don't really want to know what type of territory that is. That lines up that way. Okay. Right now, from a victory overview standpoint, we sit in 5th with Oxydon State, the people we were at war with earlier, who were previously up at 3rd, now down to 6th. So we're technically bigger than them, although they do still outnumber us in population. We just have more territory at this point. And then we got one more turn on the heavy industry. Okay, cycle the turn. And again, not necessarily expecting anything interesting to happen here. We're watching everyone do their moves. It just happens to be that in this case that we're at peace with the people that would be concerning. Although that's an example of things going well for us, so I'm not going to complain too much. Attacked, we told the nomads, it's not bad. Round 71, we've killed 300 infantry, we have 9 decisions awaiting us. We're crew accident, okay. Still a time of bureaucracy, we lost friendship. Hydroponics robotization has been discovered, okay. Need 2 more of that style discoveries. Found an unusual companion. We're gonna reproach him because we want heart, and I don't really want commerce or fist.
Yes, sir.
Protocol requires regalia of state or more government. I do have a demand to get government to at least 67 at the beginning of return. So we will agree here.
Roger that.
Demand civilization level reach 8.51. We will agree to that. It's
Understood.
plausible to do, and I should probably do it at some
Roger
point.
that. Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Light armor grenadier or heavy assault infantry. So light armor is... This is a tank unit with grenadier backup. Or heavy assault infantry, which is tank attached infantry. In particular, I think assault is... Well, I don't know if assault is light. I think it's light. So this is the double heavy light tank infantry assault. I'm not actually interested in either of these. It's not giving me a do none of them option. Otherwise I would do that. We'll do the cheaper one, just to get it out of the way. Accident with crew. Again, we're going to go for the government one here. I don't really want mine. I don't also want to take the word hit.
Order received.
Leave your story like children swallows a chocolate cookie. All is well, right? Charismatic Union Chief. Once more, this would be another wage increase. I think we can stomach it for the government heart. This is the mine expansion, in particular for the rare earth metal, for the rare metals, because we're going to run out in this turn.
Roger that.
We rolled well, only lost 1 level, gained 9,600, which is pretty normal-ish for a rare earth mine. Roll. Heavy industry was delayed. It will be done next turn. If everything goes according to plan. Okay.
Going in. Mission successful.
Okay, so we're going to replace those bullets because we've been shooting bullets.
Understood.
Strat cards, nation. Haircut bushes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your opinion. We want to be at war with you. Don't necessarily want it to be super quick, but 21 will be fine. 38 is fine. You have 95, which is perfect. Tech waves. Improvisation 53. Heavy combat is 30. So we got a lower roll this turn. So I can probably expect it to take another 7 turns. No, 5 turns. 15 times 5 is about 75, so that'll be about right. I suppose I can probably pull the troops off of this guy, because this guy's not going to be declaring on us anytime soon. Put the subterranean sensor on the big zone. Eventually we'll probably break it up and hand it over to other people, but at the moment we haven't. Yeah, I want to empower that faction. Is your faction down to like 1 person? That would not be great. No, you are. Okay, so you get public praise.
Yes, sir.
So you the
Yes, sir.
moderation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yep. Virtue is increasing, although slowly. And yeah, we are at the point where if we can get the Syndic faction have 25% of the vote, we can peacefully introduce the computer. Let's cycle the turn, see if we can get close to that, because we're literally waiting on the election in 6 turns. Although, looking at the time, I don't think we're going to go 6 turns. I think the stream is probably going to come to a close at the end of the next one. So we're 52 minutes into the 4th part of the stream. So I guess the computer is... We're not getting the computer this part. We're getting the computer probably next part, sadly. I was hoping to get it a little quicker. Okay, managing to stand firm. Round 72. We killed 300 infantry. We have 1 decision awaiting us. Did get that government profile to the target. Discovered Ablac coding.
Advancing.
Mission successful.
Dealt with those guys. Independent lab discovered. Close the lab. Or ask the scientists to share their work. So if I close it, I get 25 power now. Or I will get 100 research bonus per turn every turn. I'm definitely of the get me the every turn bonus when I can. So unless I'm role-playing a particular way, that is the option I go with. Oh, and I did open up... I may not been... Okay, you're warmongers. You're a miner. That hasn't been declared on yet. You're warmonger, so you're absolutely plausible to get proper peace with, but it doesn't mean I can't. Although, no, that's not worth it. Hard enough to get peace with, yeah. Plus your fist file, minus your mind. My mind apparently is not reducing it enough. Okay. Could do humanitarian aid, but I say nay. We got open contacts with the majors.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir. Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Now they're much more open to peace.
Yes, sir. Roger
Peace is
that,
achieved.
sir.
Although that was apparently cutting it close to the wire. Okay, so we got more elitists, and some scavengers. So I'd like to hook up with the scavengers and maybe get them... 1,000 people would not be terrible. A bit far away, but that just makes it a challenge. Almost there with level 2. I think once that's level 2, we'll go with the double truck station build in planning for making to the city. Metal. I think we need a mine around here. Got some metal to mine. Although once I get into laser rifles, we're going to be using less metal in the troops. Because it's not going to go into the bullets, because they're going to be shooting lasers, and it's not going to go into the guns. We'll probably still go into the armor. 13% last turn, so it's slowing down, which isn't great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How does the opinion look on my leaders? Remember I had some fairly grumpy leaders? Okay, all their relations are over 50. Some of them have native or natural points that are below 50. Okay, that's not really going to trend down very much more. We'd like it to trend down more. Or civilization level. Civilization level is quality of life in the zones. Shouldn't be that hard to do. I'm not gonna rush to doing it right now. I'll have to remember to do that next stream. But yeah, we're up over the hour. It is due time for the part break / stream end. Profile wise, we're trying to do heart, which is why we're currently losing a bunch of heart stuff because mind has apparently dominated from all the diplomacy we're doing. We're doing government, mostly managing to achieve that. We're doing democracy, on again, off again on the sort of 4th tier here. As far as getting the computer, we have the turns, so we need it to be, or actually, apparently because of changes in faction attitude, we don't have the turns, we're 1 short. We'll see how it looks like after the election. Tech level 5, we got 20% of the vote, they need 25. And we need 73 rounds right now, but that'll change after the election to begin this swap. Virtue is static, neither going up nor down, mostly being dragged on by dullness. So if I can solve dullness, virtue probably would actually be going up. We got all these laws. If you know which laws are which, then you know which laws are which. Victory score-wise, we are back in 6th, which isn't necessarily surprising to me. We got more planet than the neighbor, who's in 5th, but we got less people. And we're probably going to pick up more planet. I may be a little bit better at expanding than they are, we'll see. I'm not necessarily going to pick up any people anytime soon, because there are a lot of marauders and not a lot of people out in the deserts in the middle of the planet here. Although we'll see how things go with the scavengers. We might try to negotiate something into getting them on board. And then our other 2 neighbors, Phoenix Bound and Ridge Space, are really weak at 10 and 11. Although they still have us out-teched, is what I feel like. In fact, we can probably look at the letterbox. Let's see. Once in a while, I might not be able to see any this turn. But we have a trade agreement, or a tech agreement exchange with the neighbors. Demand successfully resolved. Okay. That did help word score by 11. Okay. Okay, we're getting some tech spread from the neighbor that we've signed that sort of deal with. That's where our 23 in Gauss small arms is coming from, the 18 in side skirts, 17 in Warsaw recomp, the 6 in synthetic fuel. I did the ammo compactation up to 72. And that was before we finished deep core, I think. So I wanted number 4 out of there to get it into automation. We now have 4 discovered in automation. I would still like to find the eco ones in here. I'd probably do the eco ones over automated turret, over ablec coating. Ablec coating is one of the reasons why laser weapons are pretty bad in the long run. Ablec coating, when combined with high explosive ammo and accidentally tip ammo, tends to mean that as people get into the later mid-game, kinetics get better, lasers get worse. Lasers are technically a little bit better than charge Gauss right out of the box, but there's the Ablec coating serves as debuff to lasers, and the ammo improvements serve as a buff to the kinetics. Of course, to work around that, if you can go deep enough, is plasma guns. This is laser weapons, but better. And this is the best gun in the game if you can get to it. And light plasma rifles are the rifle version, rifle and machine gun versions of it. Although inversely, the laser rifles or laser weapons, it's laser rifle then gun. In advanced photonics, it's gun then rifle. So that means the gun for infantry is extra delayed. But yeah, and I might be getting some spread into the applieds as well, which I haven't done any work on. Before I hem in here, we are, as I brought up, we are not winning, but we're not losing. There's still time for us to come back into it. And honestly, we're trying to roleplay. We're trying to get into a computer needs its robot army, so I need my computer, and then I need my robot army. And we're working on the computer. I think if everything goes according to plan, we'll have the computer in the next stream. Although I thought about that for the last stream, and then the previous stream to that. So it's like cold fusion. It's always next month. It's always 10 years from now. And then robot army. Robot army, we're making serious progress towards. We didn't start with 4 in machinery. We got 4 in machinery. We need 4 in automation. We've got 4 discovered. So it's just a matter of time to get those 4 done. And then it's discover robotic soldiers. Now, in an ideal world, we have heavy combat armor, we have battle dress, and then the robot soldiers are going out in battle dress. Like, that would be lovely. Because the big limitation of getting robotic soldiers out is high-tech parts. Even more so than machine parts will be battle dress. So by the time we got the high-tech industry set up, it would be quite plausible to even maybe be running robotic soldiers with heavy battle dress. Because I think we're going to have that many more machine parts than high-tech parts. And then that just makes the robot soldiers durable. And then if we get both heavy industry and high-tech industry big enough, we just deploy more robots. More. And that's going to be how we try to bounce back. I haven't done that before, so it might not work. So you may be in watching the slow decline into defeat. Although there's been a couple times with the wars down here where I'm concerned things are going to go pear-shaped, and I've managed to, through diplomacy and cunning, ablative use of human meat, delay the inevitable. And these guys are gonna stall out eventually, and then we'll have better troops than them, I think. In fact, we can see here they're still running. That's automatic rifle. That's what we're running. So they're not fully upgraded. Oh, they got trooper 4. Like, that's what I'm scared about. Gauss heavy combat armor. When we get lasers and our own heavy combat armor, we'll be able to fight that. And maybe not offensively, especially because they've got tanks. Which is why we're working on the OOBs. Would like to get at least RPG infantry, if not grenadier infantry, so I can distribute anti-tank weapons through the brigades. If I get RPG weapons distributed through the brigades, these tanks become a non-issue. And then we can really go on the offensive. Although in a way we are on the offensive. We're just off on the offensive against the weaker foes while having to have so many troops tied up in case the situation goes hostile against the stronger ones. But yeah, if you're watching on Twitch and you want to comment or respond to, now is a good time to leave a comment. If you're watching later on the Twitch VOD or on YouTube, feel free to hop over to the YouTube channel and leave a comment over there. I am streaming this live to Twitch under the username Willcall and uploading the local recording to YouTube under the username Willcall100, which is 100, not the word 100, obviously. There should be in the channel bios on both ends the links to the other. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you can't wait till tomorrow's part, you can probably sneak over to Twitch and watch the Twitch VOD of it, as it should be recorded by the point that you're hearing this. Although it maybe hasn't been uploaded, depending on how quick I'm up with the upload. If you're watching this on Twitch and you've missed any of the earlier parts, although at this point you shouldn't have, because they should still be up on Twitch. You can still watch on the Twitch VOD, but they're getting uploaded to YouTube. So anything older than 14 days from any of my runs should be available on YouTube for you to catch up at your pleasure. So with that, I'm going to wish everyone the best of luck and a good time. I'm going to catch you all in the next part and or stream as we end here at the end of round 72.